Check it out, fellas. Got 2 injectors in for this 590. I'm gonna stick those in today. First, we got to remove these guys, our bad ones. There's your injector code. That's gonna be very important. So this is 1, this is 2. I already got my computer and custom box hooked up to the Bobcat. So first thing we're gonna do is pull out the injectors and make sure the little copper washer comes out with it. If not, you can put some grease on the tip of this guy, shove them back in, and pull them out, and that little copper washer should come out. So let's yank this guy out and see if it comes out or not. Yeah, check it out. Copper washer didn't come off. Copper washer stayed in there. So we put some grease right here, shove them back in, pull them out, and hopefully that washer should be right there. So let's do that. I'm gonna use this guy and brush a little grease right on this tip, shove them back in there, and if we're lucky, should be pulling up a little copper washer. So we've got a little bit of grease here. Let's shove him in and see what he does. And there you have it, boys. A little bit of grease will get that fucker right out. So let's do the same thing to that guy. Yep, same with this guy. This guy came out without it. That guy's in there. So do the same thing. Put some grease right here, shove them back in, push down, give it a little bit of twist, then yank them up, and it should be right there when you pull them out. So let's do that again. There you go. 2 washers, 2 injectors. Get the new shit put in. So you put the first one, second one, make sure they got those guys. Put your hold downs back in. I'm probably gonna turn it on. Put everybody back on. Turn the computer on. Show you guys how to program the injectors. Erase the codes. Put your new codes in. Turn it on. Turn it on. Then you turn it on with your throttle all the way up for 10 minutes so the computer can relearn. And then yeah, so let's continue. Use my little tool, clean all my injector holes. Put a little bit of grease right there. Put injector number 1 in. Do the same thing to number 2. Put all this shit back together. Get our lines in. Get our valve cover plate in. And yeah, turn this guy on and I'll show you guys how to reset these injector codes. A little bit of light grease right there. I'm gonna put this guy, number 1, in number 1 hole. Put our hold down in, and then do number 2. Number 2, a little bit of light grease on your O-ring, shove them down your hole, and you see number 1, I already got my retainer in. It's just snug. It's not tightened down. It's just holding them in place. So let me get number 2 put in and keep going. All right, injectors are in, hold downs are in. Gonna torque these guys down to 34 foot-pounds and then keep going. And then I'm still gonna show you how to program them because you need those codes right there. So let's keep going. Torquing these guys down. Click. 34 foot-pounds. And get this cover on. Get these lines on. Get everybody hooked back up. Then get into the program, delete the codes for the old injectors, upload the new ones, set everything, and then keep going. Alright, got the cylinder head cover put on. These guys are 8 foot-pounds. Gonna hook up injecting lines, then hook up our fuel line from the back, and then our little connector here, and then everything else is gonna be on this computer until we turn on the machine. So let's finish it up. Got my injection lines tightened down. Believe they're 21 foot-pounds. So let me just connect these guys and then get my little fuel rail hooked back up back here. Get this guy hooked back on, and then show you on this guy how to reset your injector codes. So let's finish it up. So you're gonna open up your Bobcat engine analyzer. You can press your start. And go to your part replacement. See, obviously I got this guy on already. Computer's on right there. So click on there. From here you're gonna go to C3I injector coding. And here are your codes for your injectors. I'm going to erase these two, which is those numbers, and I'm going to replace them with these, and then you're going to write them, and then it's going to take over. So let's get this finished up. So here I plugged in my two new injector codes. I'm going to write them and then turn on the machine. So what you should know is there's no zeros and I's. There's no zeros and I's. It's all zeros and ones. So yeah, so press right. Injector coding is complete. Just to make sure, I'm going to click on here again just to make sure these two codes are still in for injectors 1 and 2. See here, end with B0T, YWZ, YWZ, BOT. So let's turn it on and see what it does. So now that we're coded up, let's turn this machine on and see what it does. There you go, it's alive. You'll let this thing run for a bit so the computer can relearn. And the only codes I have right now is showing because the air filter is unplugged and disconnected. But yeah, that's it. Injector's in. This fucker's ready to go back. Easy peasy. There you go. And yes, I did put that little valve back in. Everybody's working just fine. The only code I have put on is because your air box is disconnected. In my little sensor right there. I'm gonna come back, put all that stuff together, drive it around, but I think that's it. 2 new injectors, coded in, and that's how you do it. And I found out we've been using biodiesel for 6 months, and that's what's fucking up my injectors. Do not use biodiesel. Biodiesel will fuck up your injectors, your lines, your filters. Too many problems. Stick to number 2.